All right, guys, I wanted to do a course overview here for Beaver Creek Meadows. I want to take a look at some things that we need to be aware of on each hole, kind of a plan of attack, and hopefully creating a great opportunity for us to score well. So here we are at Beaver Creek Meadows, a local course where a couple of our opponents will be considering their home for this season. So we're just going to discuss the front nine, the first nine holes. This is typically the part of the course that they have us compete on. So hole number one here, pretty straightforward. Um, Things that you need to be aware of. You can miss ending up in the number 10 fairway here, or the number 18 fairway here. You have a line of trees. You could get caught up in those and be dead, not really having a great shot where you might have to punch out. The green itself is protected by a front bunker here. This bunker sits at about 200 yards ish. And then this one here, 230, 240. Um, but very tight. All right. Most certainly a drivable green, depending on where the tee box is. So you can be really aggressive here. And then the green itself is backed by this large tree line. The green itself is slightly elevated. So if you are behind the hole, chipping back on could be difficult. As for the green itself, pretty easy reads, depending on where you're at. Not a terrible putt opportunity presenting itself. So yet again, easy par four, straightforward. Can miss right, can miss left, but something that we can most certainly go after. Moving on to hole two here. All right, short par three, ranging anywhere from 125 to 150 yards. This one's a little tougher. All right. Um, this green is heavily protected by two bodies of water and a pretty substantially large sand bunker. It is surrounded by trees, so if you go long, it will be a difficult chip back on. Now, this green is on a considerable slope. All right, so chipping back on, you may run yourself all the way to the bottom of the green, if not off. All right, so be aware of that. In terms of misses, you want to miss left. If you miss left, there's a little tree line here, but it's an easier chip. We can chip back on and allow our ball run back towards the hole. If you're going to be short, let's avoid the water and this tree line here. All right, but a typical par three here from the standpoint that we should be using a high numbered iron, if not a wedge, and we should be able to find our way on this pretty large green here, and that is hole number two. All right, hole number three, little dogleg right. Um, this is an opportunity where we do have some misses. All right, if we miss right, there is a hill here. If you know, push or slice the ball, you can have an opportunity to get back on in two, but it does create a very difficult second shot. If we go left, all right, left or through the fairway, same deal. There are some openings, but there's some trees here. So if you get underneath a tree line, you might have a difficult second shot. In terms of being aggressive, um, you could probably shoot this thing 260 over the tree line and have a great second shot where you're only 60, 70 yards away from the green. But the payoff for going driver here is not that great. Probably a more considerable option, a driving iron or a three wood can put you in this 230, 240 range here, leaving you 100, if not more, 120, 130 yards out. So it's a hole that if you play it safe and make it a two-shot hole, it's most certainly beneficial. Pulling out driver just is not a high enough reward here. All right, but can be done. All right, hole number 4 coming up here is another aggressive hole. All right, this is a drivable par 4, pretty straight. Um, can miss right, you'll end up in this fairway over here, and you can come over the trees. If you miss left, there are some openings, but very difficult second shot. This green here is protected by 2 bunkers. This bunker here is about 240, 250. All right. And this one's more in that 270 range here. Depending on where the tee box are at, you can come through this green. This green here is really elevated, pretty severely elevated. So chipping back on is very difficult when you are behind the hole. So if you are behind the hole, that is not a good spot to be. And worst place to miss is being stuck underneath these trees here. But depending on where the tee box is, this is a drivable par 4. So if we can hit it long and hit it straight, you'll be in a good position to be able to attack and score well on this hole. Hole number 5 coming up is the par 5 on this 9. This is another one where we have some considerations to make. So this dogleg right par 5, not terribly long, but a well-positioned pond here that has collected a lot of balls. So if you push or slice off the tee, that is not good, all right, unless you push and slice above the hole. Straight across from the tee box is this double-backed sand bunker. So driving it long and through could leave you in a pretty hazardous position. The best play here is generally a 3-wood of some sort, perhaps even another driving iron that could leave you in a good spot to attack the green here. All right, but if you can have a nice slight fade, even a push to get out in front of this pond, it'll only leave you 130, 150 yard shot to the green to get on into for an eagle opportunity. If you're feeling really aggressive and can hit it long and straight, depending on where the tee box, you can carry this pond. If the tee box is up anywhere from 270, and as you're seeing here, 290 to carry that pond. So definitely possible, but as I said, dangerous opportunity if you push or slice or not get all of it, and you're taking a drop, taking a penalty here. In terms of the green, this is a little more narrow, protected by trees all around. All right, cannot be long, protected by 2 sand bunkers here, left and right. And the green itself is very workable from a putting standpoint. All right, this is a scoring hole. If you play this right, whether you're super aggressive or even smart, you have a eagle birdie opportunity, if not a par. Finding ways to bogey on this hole definitely can be severely damaging to your round. Pretty tight fairway coming out of here. Can miss right, but can be dead in some trees. Same deal, can miss left, but may be dead in some trees. All right. There's a little sand bunker here to the left if you were to pull the ball. But in terms of attacking this one, definitely the play is to use your driver here and try to hit it within the fairway. This is set at 211 right now. If you get in that 250, 260, 270 range, you can get fairly close to the green here. All right. The green itself, protected by a bunker here. It is slightly elevated once you get down in this ravine and is surrounded by trees here. The green itself is slightly uphill, so chipping back can be dangerous. Even putting back can be dangerous. So be wary of that, and you'd rather be putting uphill or at least leaving your ball short coming down. This is a long par 3, depending on the tee box. This tee box is all the way back. If it's up in the front, it's more of a 170, 175 range. In the back, it's more in that 220 range, attacking the middle of the green. This green is elevated, all right? So in terms of misses, if you miss right, all right, and you have to chip back up on the green, and it's a very difficult chip here. Uh, if you miss left, there is a nice round hump here that protects the green. So if it's a low runner and you catch that hill, you're not getting on. If you chip from the left, you have to get over top of the green and on. Missing short is advantageous. All right, creates an easy second shot, but yet again, um, it's a par three. We need to score here. Um, this is one of the more difficult holes on the course. It looks straight and easy, but the green is very small, and if you miss left, long, and right, you are chipping back up on the green, which creates a pretty difficult second shot to get it close to the pin here. Hole number 8, another straight par 4. This is a pretty solid scoring hole. You cannot miss right. All right. There's a garage and a home here. If you miss right, it creates a very difficult second shot. Missing left, there are plenty of openings. You can miss left here in between these two trees and have a great second shot on. Very possible. Um, this hole here, it dips down pretty deep, and then the green itself is elevated. So your second shot is mildly downhill. If you get into this ravine, you are chipping up. Most certainly a two-shot hole. Right now, these tee boxes are back, but anywhere from 250 to 270 gets you up in here, which creates an advantageous second shot. This is a pretty massive bunker, and yet again, you are chipping back up on to the green. So it is a difficult second shot. Um, the hole itself is surrounded by trees up top here. And if you go long on your second shot, it's a difficult shot back on because you're trying to keep it on this hill. The green itself is slanted, rolling back towards the tee box. So be wary of that in regards to your chips and your putts. And then number 9. This is probably everyone's favorite hole on the course. This is an easy, drivable par 4. However, the green is protected. All right. We have 2 bunkers here sitting at about 240, 220. We need to carry those bunkers and have a good spot onto the green, but it is tight. It is protected by trees here and to the right. Uh, and this is the driving range here. So if you miss right, good luck finding your ball amongst thousands of other balls. Some people have played this smart by using a 3-wood or a driving iron, being short in kind of the 220, 230 range here, and being able to hit back on in 2. But you can be really aggressive and create a birdie or even an eagle opportunity here by driving the green. This is an easy green to go through. The clubhouse is here. Depending on where the tee box is, this is easily a 256, 270-yard shot off the tee. So it's certainly manageable if you can hit it long and straight. And as for the green, pretty flat surface, manageable green that you can get quality reads off of. So overall, the course, the front 9 is incredibly manageable. There are some scoring opportunities where, if you play your cards right, you'll be in a good position. And some holes present yourself with some misses. All right. So, you know what they say, you're only as good as your misses. So how can we, minimize those misses, but capitalize on those misses, being able to respond well and make a smart decision off of a miss. So I hope this helps you guys, gives you an opportunity to have an idea of the course before we play on it, and hopefully we have a good showing.